What is going on, everybody? Back at it again with another YouTube video. And right now I'm just gonna spit out some fake trades that I saw earlier today from Bleacher Report. You know, I didn't really look at any of the other ones. I did see this one, and it is involved with the Sixers and the Sacramento Kings. Just thought I would put it out there, make a little fun video about it. And then I actually have a counter offer for the Sixers and the Kings. So I'm going to start off the trade. This trade was from Bleacher Report. I don't know who made it, but it was an awful trade to start it off. I'm just going to say it how it is. It was an awful trade. Now, before I get into this video, I want you guys to hit that like button. Comment down below if you would do my counter offer trade or if you would do the trade straight up. Also, hit that subscribe button because we are on the road to 500 subscribers. I am getting out these videos daily. If you love Philadelphia sports and you want to just watch Philadelphia news every day, 10 minutes a day, this is the page for you. So hit that like button, comment down below if you would do either trade, and hit that subscribe button. We are at 410 subscribers as I am recording now. This video will be up tomorrow. I'm recording, the night before. So this video will be out tomorrow. So, again, this trade was from Bleacher Report. And the Sixers in this trade Tobias Harris, Josh Richardson, Zaire Smith, $1.8 million, and a top 8 protected first-round pick. Now, you got to think. We just paid Tobias $180 million last season for 5 years. Josh Richardson is on an expiring contract in 2 years after this season. They obviously have value. In this trade, the Sixers receive Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Corey Joseph. Now, when you're trading 2 starters from the Sixers, Tobias and Richardson, I understand that you are getting Buddy and Harrison Barnes back, and both of them will probably start for you. But I don't think Barnes is anywhere near the level of Tobias, even though I do think Buddy Hield is a much better player than Josh Richardson. You got to think we're still giving up a top 8 protected first-round pick. We're not getting into the top 8. It's not happening. Basically $2 million in cap, and Zaire Smith, who we traded Michael Bridges for and something else on draft night to get him. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't do this trade. I think this trade is way too far for my liking in terms of equality. And I understand that you're not going to get an equal trade for every trade that you do. But when you're getting Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Corey Joseph, and you're getting rid of a max contract type player in Tobias Harris, and then a young player in Josh Richardson. Now I understand Buddy Hield is a very good player. He's a very good shooter, and he's evolved his game a lot since coming out of college, since coming out of Oklahoma. I mean, clearly he has. He came into this league as a strict three-point threat. If he was on, he was on. If he's off, he was really off. Now he has a drive game. He still can shoot. He can create his own shot. He's a much better player. But he's also older than Richardson. He's almost as old as Tobias. I just think it's too far away from me to accept this trade if I'm Elton Brand. And I understand. You need a guy like Buddy Hield. I'm looking, if I'm the Sixers, this offseason, my main priority is to get rid of some of this cap that we have, whether it's Al or Tobias, and get a top-tier shooting guard in the league. Whether that be Bradley Beal, Zach Lavine, Devin Booker, Buddy Hield, Zach Lavine, Devin Booker, and whoever else I just said. I'm drawing a blank. But if you get one of those guys, then it helps you a lot. Zach Lavine on this team would be great. He can create his own shot. He can drive to the basket. He has a good three-point shot. He can, shoot off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. Him with Ben Simmons would work together great. and obviously he can carry up the ball. But how likely is it that we get a guy like Zach Lavine? He's on an expiring contract. His contract is up this year. This offseason, he becomes a free agent. Do the Sixers go out and trade Tobias or Al Horford to free up that cap to get a guy like Zach Lavine? It's possible. I'm not saying it's not. Another guy that I think that the Sixers should look into, if possible, is DeMar DeRozan. He's a little bit older, but he's an all-star. He's a superstar. He was a superstar in this league. If you bring in a guy like DeMar DeRozan, yes, I know he can't shoot, but he does free up a lot of other players. If you can get DeRozan and like Marco Bellinelli back, I think you got to do that deal. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here, but I do think the Sixers are in desperate need of a top shooting guard in the league, and it was Bradley Beal who I was thinking of earlier. But I think Buddy Hield and Zach Lavine are the top guys that I think that the Sixers are going to try and acquire to the team. So then you got to think, next season you come in with either Lavine or Buddy Hield, if you have those two, who can both shoot. Then you have Ben, Lavine, or Hield, Tobias. I'm getting rid of Horford before Toby. So then you throw in whoever, and you have Joel. But if you still have Richardson, you can move one of those guys to the 3 and Tobias at the 4 or whatever. You can do a lot of things with this team. Speaking of mock trades, I didn't actually write this down, but before I get into my counteroffer, Joel Embiid was in a lot of mock trades this season from other Eastern Conference teams. That and the main team about that was looking to trade for Joel was Miami. Miami would then send over Bam Adebayo, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero for Joel Embiid straight up. I'm not trading Embiid. As just tempting that is to get 2 shooters and an all-star center, it's Joel Embiid. Without Embiid, this team is nothing. And I understand that Ben Simmons is great, but Joel really does hold it down. He scores. Ben does not. And when Joel Embiid scores 30 a game, or whatever that may be, it's very hard to beat this team. And he is a dominant force. You don't want to see Joel and Jimmy in late May in the Eastern Conference Finals with Bam Adebayo, because Joel has killed Bam in every matchup that they've had. Joel has killed Anthony Davis, the best big in the league. He's killed Giannis, Jokic. The only person that for some odd reason he can't seem to beat is Marc Gasol, who has like 3 or 4 years left in the league. But, I just think Embiid is too valuable to the Sixers. I don't think you can get rid of him. And I'm not getting rid of him. As tempting as it is, Duncan Robinson, a very good undrafted player. He can shoot lights out. Tyler Hero, we all know him. Kentucky, he can also shoot lights out. And Bam's an all-star center. I understand it. It's a tempting trade, and I would think about it if I'm Elton Brand. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm not doing that trade. I'm not, because it is Joel Embiid. Now, my counteroffer for the Kings and Sixers trade would be Al Horford, Josh Richardson, Zaire Smith, $2 million in cap, top 8 protected first, and a second-round pick. For Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Bogdanovich. Now, if you get Bogdanovich, that's your 6th man. If you get Buddy and Harrison Barnes, that's automatically starter. And, the Kings were right there with us in the race to get Al Horford last offseason. We offered Al, which now looks like an insane amount of money, which is stupid money, and it's not going to work here. It's just not going to work. He's not. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it working here in Philadelphia. And I don't think the Kings would even do my counteroffer trade. But I think it is a more fair deal than Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Corey Joseph for 2 starters, Zaire Smith, and an $2 million in a first-round pick. Because, again, we're not finishing in the top, or in the bottom 8. It's not happening, especially if you give us Buddy Hield. So, I think I like my trade better, and that's why I made it. It would work better for me as a Sixers fan because Al Horford is off the books. Josh Richardson, you don't have to worry about him re-signing because Buddy Hield already has a contract extension. Harrison Barnes is on contract, I think, for a little bit longer. And Bogdanovich is on an expiring contract, but I'm sure you can sign him back. Because now you have that money that you were paying Horford and Richardson, now you can give it to Bogdanovich. So let me know down below what you guys think about my counteroffer deal. I don't think the Kings would do it. I think that trade would be giving up too much if I'm the Kings, but you never know. You just don't know. I mean, if as a Sixers fan, I'm not doing the first trade, and as a Kings fan, I don't think I would do the second trade. But you just don't know. And that's why I made this thing. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's a fun concept to think about. The Sixers desperately need a shooting guard, a lights out, a guy that can create his own shot. They really desperately need a guy that can just do anything. Shoot, drive, create his own shot, catch and shoot, off the dribble. You need a guy like that. And Bradley Beal, Buddy Hield, Zach Lavine, and Devin Booker are perfect examples. And I think if there's any way that we can get them without giving up Ben or Joel, I think you have to do it if you're Elton Brand. And that's how I'm going to leave this video. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Again, let me know down below if you would do the counteroffer or the Bleacher Report trade. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. And I am out. Peace.